This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jay Harris over Zoom. Jay, it's fight week for you finally. You're only a matter of a couple of days out now. How are you feeling?
Yes, buzzing, mate, buzzing. It's finally fight week. Yeah, I'm just glad it's over the line now, and we're in fight week. It's nice to finally say that after bloody hell of a long camp, to be fair. But yeah, as I said, I'm just chuffed this year.
Jay, just take me back to the original fight date back at the beginning of May, obviously being postponed. Talk to me about that. How frustrating a scenario was that to find yourself in, and how did you keep yourself kind of motivated to know that you'd have pretty much probably, I imagine, a week off before having to get back into the gym?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was mega frustrating, really, because it was a week before the actual fight was meant to happen. Then I got a phone call saying that it's been postponed, that it's been called off due to such a reason. And yeah, I was a bit deflated at the time because I trained so hard, my weight was down, and I was like, oh my god, here we go. And then so I spoke to my dad, with the guy, and then they said they were going to reschedule as soon as they can, really. So they said, just look, have a week off, get your head right, and then we'll just get back at the camp then. So it's exactly what I did. I had a week off. I ate and drank what I ever wanted. And it did. My head was fine. I got back in the camp, started sparring again, and it just motivated me again. And then obviously they said a date was likely to be the 25th of June, and that's what I set my goals for, and that's what I trained for. So I had 25th of June in my head. So I just went into camp for the 25th of June, and I trained hard. And I know I said this, it's a cliche, but this is probably the best camp I've ever had in terms of preparation and improvement. It's been really, really good at us.
Jay, I've spoken to fighters in the past after they've fought, when they've had to when they've fought on a rescheduled date, and when we go back over kind of the period where maybe, say, in your situation, you're a week out and then it's postponed, when they take kind of things into consideration, if it goes either carrying on or they only take a week off, you get closer to the fight date that's been set now, and you might burn out a bit. You might feel a little bit more tired than what you would do originally. How do you go about making sure you're not in that position where you haven't just had, say, 16 weeks worth of camp and now 5 weeks here, you're not burnt out, you're not exhausted?
Yeah, as you said, the week off did me a world of good. It remotivated me more than anything. I was, well, as I said, I was down in the dumps for a bit after knowing I was called off. But then once we started training again, and then started sparring again, and then once they had a date in mind, the 20th, then it started lighting up again. And I was like, right, I got something to go for. And it's just trying to make sure you peak at the right time. Not too, like, I was peaking last time at, say, the last camp at the end, and I was peaking quite well. And obviously it got postponed. So obviously with the week off and stuff like that, it's like starting a new camp then. So yeah, I think I've managed this fight, this camp really, really well, because the last week I've just gone now, I'm starting to fire on all cylinders. It's really sharp, and it's probably good. So I'm thinking I'm peaking at the right time again.
Ricardo Sandoval, the man in the opposite corner to you, Jay, how much of him have you studied and looked into?
Yeah, quite a bit, to be fair. I watched his latest fight with I can't think of his name, Tubugon, right? I can't, but you know which one I'm on about. I watched that one. That's his latest fight. I watched a couple of others that was on YouTube as well. Look, he's a good fighter. He's got the same record as me. I think he's well schooled. Got good form. But I just think I'm better. I've trained so hard. I know it's to me for this fight, and now it's like like the eliminator is happening, and I know what's after this. So it's that extra motivation. Like, and I know he's thinking the same thing. He's young. He's hungry. Like, he's 23. But I'm just gonna give him my everything, and I can't see him beating me if I give my 100%. Like,
Jay, you mentioned it being obviously an eliminator. I know after the Martinez fight, you spoke about your desires to get back onto the world scene as quickly as possible. Of course, then COVID hits, and that just derails everybody's plans in boxing. For yourself, though, how much pressure are you feeling going into Friday to capitalise on this opportunity? Because, as it was said at the time when you fought Martinez, because you gave such a good account of yourself, it might have worked against you in trying to secure just a voluntary voluntary opportunity against somebody.
yeah, look, I don't think there's any pressure on me. I know it's no, there's no pressure. I'm just gonna go out there, focus on one job only. It's a fight. I know it's an eliminator. I know what the thing is after this fight, but I can't look past this fight at all. It's just, this is the fight. This is what's going to be, and that's my 100% focus on that. I'm not looking past it. There's no pressure on me whatsoever. It's a 50-50 fight. He's got 18-1. I got 18-1. So we're both coming to the same thing at a level term. So there's no pressure here. Nothing. I can't even think of that.
Jay, I know you don't want to look beyond Friday, but obviously Sonny Edwards, the man who holds that belt, which you'll be having an eliminator for. How big of a fight between yourself and Sonny would that be? You've also got Wales versus England. Besides that, you've both known each other from the amateur days. You've been in camps together. You've sparred each other. How big of a fight would it be between the pair of you?
It'd be massive, I think. I think it's be one of the biggest domestic flyweight fights it's been in a long, long time, I think. And I know people have been calling for it for a long time as well, because even in like interviews, if Sonny has an interview, my name will get mentioned. If I have an interview, Sonny will get mentioned. So I know how big of and caliber of a fight this actually is. If after I come through on Friday, but look, we're there to do it's business in it, so we're there to do a job. We've talked about this before in the past, and that was like when we were in Ukraine. That was for like a British title, and we said, look, we could fight each other for like a British title, and now it's kind of like full circle. It's for the biggest prize of them all, like it's for a world title. But no, it'll be nothing but respect between us both. We'll go in and try and punch each other's heads in for 12 rounds, and then we'll come out and still be friends.
Just a couple more from me, Jay. Firstly, also this weekend, Julio Cesar Martinez, your past opponent, returns to the ring. Will you be keeping a close eye on him? Will you be looking at and watching his fight?
Yeah, 100%. I'll be watching that fight. Even to this day, I still don't think he's had a tougher fight than me, and I don't think he's gonna have a tough fight either on the weekend, because I don't even know this fella. I think he's had like 12 wins, 4 losses, or something like that.
Yep.
So I think he's just gonna blow him over in a couple of rounds. So, and that's for a WBC flyweight title as well. Joke, I think.
Sonny's also been mentioned for a fight with Julio Cesar Martinez, or at least he's made his intentions clear. He'd love to obviously have that unification fight. Let's say if Sonny was to face Julio, how would you rate his chances?
Quite high, I think. If I'm honest, I know Cesar Martinez, he can bang, right? He can punch, and he's very, very strong. The thing is, what Sonny does well is he moves very, very well, and he proved that against Matalani, who else is a very good, strong come forward fighter, and he danced rings around him, Denise. But I think Martinez could be very limited in his movement, and I think it could be quite hard to pin him down, Sonny, if he's on his game, like. But just can't get caught, that's really, because he does it.
Jay,
Coming from experience.
Jay, just before I let you go, obviously a final word from yourself, obviously your fans and everybody who will be supporting you come Friday night. Just a message to those. What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, I want to thank all my sponsors throughout this camp. It's been unbelievable. The long-term sponsors all the way through COVID and stuff like that. They've been a massive help. I couldn't have done it without them. I want to thank all the fans support me back home, and the ones coming up, because there's fans at I think it's like 150, and I've got a couple of boys coming up that's coming to support me. I just want to thank everybody who's supported me so far, and hope you do it proud on the weekend.
Jay, I appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck, of course, on Friday, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No worries, mate. I'll catch you soon, right? Speak to you soon. Hopefully I'll speak to you now after this fight.